I wasn't going to make this video, but here we are. Me introducing a video I had no intention of making, and you here with me watching this video, which I truly appreciate. After getting off the canal road, which I had spent the previous 17 days enjoying, I fully intended to take a break from filming for a little while. I had decided before leaving Ross River that I wouldn't film or take photos until I at least got back to Whitehorse, which would take me several days given that I don't like to rush anywhere if I can avoid it. But shortly after starting my journey, I pulled into a territorial park for lunch and couldn't resist launching my drone to take a flight up this canyon. I had made it only 10 minutes into my journey before pulling out some sort of camera, but I reasoned with myself that this would be the only time and that after this stop, I would take a break from documenting my life and surroundings. But then, not far down the road, I saw another irresistibly beautiful sight. This time, glassy water and golden leaves glowing in the autumn sun, and doubled back because I just had to capture it. I knew that this perfect moment in space and time that made my heart sing was fleeting. I knew that I would never again see this exact spot look so splendid, standing still in a moment of change. I knew that soon a hard wind would blow the trees naked and winter would take hold and that the world would look completely different yet again. I felt compelled to capture it, to bottle this wonderful little moment so that I could witness it again in the future, or share it with others such as yourself. You see, I can't help it, and I've learned it's not worth resisting. The urge to create, to take photos and tell stories through written word and video is always there. It's always flowing out of me. I can't turn it off, and even if I could, I wouldn't want to. I started practicing photography around 33 years ago. Capturing what feels appealing or interesting to me has been the most consistent force in my life, to the point where I don't feel like myself if I go anywhere without a camera in hand. As long as I can remember, I knew that writing and photography and telling stories was my path in life. About 15 years ago, I started sharing photography and occasional written stories online, and despite having dabbled in video editing and creation since the late 90s, I resisted joining YouTube for many years. It took a lot of outside pressure to lead me to my first video, and even then, it would be many more years until I truly dedicated myself to this medium. I had a lot of reasons for finally choosing to pursue this career, but none of them would have been sufficient if I didn't have this unstoppable spring of inspiration and creativity flowing from me. Whether anyone ever witnessed what I created or not, I was capturing photos and filming video clips. Like I said, I can't help it. I have to create. I have to tell stories and capture the moments that make my heart sing. I am compelled to. It is who I am. And so, one day, I decided to believe in myself. I chose to believe that making videos could be a career which would enable me to afford the best care for Frank as he ages and allow me to support myself in a way that honors the unique needs of my fickle mind and body. It hasn't been easy, but I knew from the beginning that it would be a lot of work. And I knew that it would be challenging exposing myself to the world in this way, being so vulnerable. But when I sit back and think about all of it, I know that not allowing this to become my life would have been much harder, at least emotionally. I have aspirations in life that will require a lot of hard work and more money than I'm currently making now to bring to fruition. But money alone is not a good motivator for me, and if that had been my reason for starting YouTube, I would have never made it this far. The thought and feeling of being perceived by others has driven me mad in the past, and working through that is an ongoing process. It's taken a lot of intentional work to let go of the need to try to control how people see me, and to accept that who I am isn't dictated by the perceptions of others. It's a freeing thing to let people be wrong about me without challenging them or taking it personal. The urge to disappear is ever present, but thankfully, it almost always takes a backseat to my need to create and desire to share that with anyone and everyone that is willing to receive whatever I conjure up. And so, this video is the result of me trying not to film. It is a glimpse at the moments which I couldn't resist capturing, the sights and sounds, and memories that I want to hold on to. This is who I am. It's who I have always been and will always be. I'm a photographer and a writer and a storyteller. It's what I came here to do, and as long as I live, I will be practicing and experimenting and growing as a creative being with an unlimited well of inspiration, just trying to move buckets fast enough to catch as much of the flow as possible. There's really no point to this video. I wasn't going to make it after all. But the world is beautiful and life is precious. I don't need an epic mountain or huge adventures to feel alive or inspired. I feel it in every nook and cranny of the natural world, no matter how mundane. I'm not trying to impress anyone, and I'm not here seeking validation so that I can hide from my insecurities. I don't have to try to come up with video ideas, and I don't shy away from making whatever kind of videos I feel like making. Maybe finding a formula that works and sticking to it would allow me to be more successful by the numbers. Maybe being less authentic or focusing more on my appearance or going out of my way to try to manufacture a viral video would help me grow faster. But more than anything, I just want to savor a slow, intentional life and live true to myself. I create because I can't help it. And what comes of it, comes of it. The fact that I'm able to fund a simple life, care for Frank, and have really nice filming gear that brings me so much joy is a blessing. So thank you for being here, for watching, and for sharing with me what these stories mean to you. Thank you to patrons, without whom this would not be a viable career. I appreciate you supporting me as a creator of videos and beyond. If you want to become a patron, you can do so for as little as about $250 USD a month, or better yet, save 7% when you pay for an annual membership up front, which ensures you access to all the content I share there, even if your life takes an unexpected twist. Patreon is where I share most of my photography and writing, and we also have community chats, which are pretty fun. There are different benefits to each of my 3 tiers, so if monthly wallpaper bundles is of interest to you, consider the Treat Fund tier, which helps keep the treats flowing for me and Frank. But if Patreon isn't your thing for any reason and you still wanted to help a little extra, you could tell a friend, family member, or coworker about my videos. Word of mouth is a wonderful way to grow. I'm also on Instagram and Threads, just for fun. It's a real casual thing for me. Also as TIDELINTOALPINE, and the links to those can be found below. It is truly a pleasure getting to share with you. I'm going to stop talking now and let you enjoy Frank swimming and the rest of this footage that I just had to capture with its natural audio. I hope, if anything, that this video inspires you to nurture your creative being, however you see fit. And I'll see you soon.